Behind every game, there's a story. Behind every player, there's a partner. Welcome to Married to the Game, where the attention shifts from the stadium to the stands.
Perfect.
Today we have my friend Annette with us, and I'm going to let her introduce herself. So, Annette, can you tell us a little bit about yourself, who you're married to, and the sport that you have been a part of?
Yes, of course. So I'm Annette Means. I'm 36 years old. I am married to Stephen Means. He is now he's been retired for about 3 years now from the NFL. Um, we've been together for like 13 years. He's played for 10 years. Um, and yeah,
Tell
been
us about your sweet boys.
Yeah, so we have two boys. We have Trey, my angel boy. He's 5. And then we have True, who just recently turned 3. He's like our wild child. But yeah, we have two beautiful boys, and we're so blessed and so grateful for them. And it's our little family, just the four
Yeah.
of us.
And it's been so sweet for Zane because he loves Trey and they've just built such a sweet little friendship
Obsessed.
that I
Yes.
love. I love
The
it so much.
sweetest friendship. They're adorable.
Okay, so this is like a random question, but I thought it was appropriate for you because you have a very specific morning drink order. So, will you share with us what the go-to morning drink is for you?
Okay, yeah, very specific. So I'm obsessed with coffee. So my drink of choice, I mean, I drink it before I drink water. It's coffee. And I've had this drink for like, oh my gosh, just like pre-COVID. It's been like years and I get the same thing, but it's 2 shots of espresso over ice, usually in a large cup because I get 1 pump of white mocha and then I love to fill it up like the majority of the cup is just vanilla sweet cold foam, and that's like my creamer. And
Oh,
I've been drinking that like I'm obsessed for forever,
vanilla
for years,
sweet cold.
wherever I go.
Okay,
Cold foam, you have to have the cold foam.
I tried this grande cold brew with foam, but it's like a lot of caffeine in here.
Is
Like,
it espresso?
no, it's cold
Just
brew.
regular cold brew?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I feel like it's very
I
strong.
love strong coffee. I'm Spanish, so grew up on like very strong like coffee, like Cuban coffee.
Mm,
Just yeah,
yeah.
very.
Okay, so take your notes. Everyone try that drink.
Yeah, it's the best.
Okay, so I want to know how you and Steven met and just a little bit about your journey, like pre-NFL and then um, how life
Yeah.
was entering into the NFL.
Yeah, no, for sure. So me and Steven, my husband, we are both from Buffalo, New York, which is a town, well, a city in upstate New York. So we're like probably, I want to say like 6 hours from the city.
Okay.
Um, so grew up in Buffalo, is very cold. Snows the majority of the year, but we grew up there, and we went to rival schools, like rival high schools. Like, so Steven was like the star football player. I'm actually older than him by 2 years.
Oh,
So
girl.
yeah. So I don't know, at the time I was just like when he was entering into high school, it was my junior year.
Okay.
So I was kind of established and had my friends and my group of people. So even though we went to rival schools and we had like mutual friends in like both of the schools and we like knew of each other in a sense, we never met. And so, you know, few years passed. He ends up going to the University of Buffalo. I ended up going to Buffalo State, which again, we're both rivals colleges.
Yeah.
We were like maybe 20 minutes from each other. And what's crazy too is we actually lived a block away from each other, and we never like crossed paths in our life. So I don't know. I always say like it was God. It was like destined because I don't know. Anyways, so we'll fast forward, and I actually in 2013, Steven got drafted to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, and I actually got a job in St. Petersburg in Tampa.
What was your
So
job for?
I did sales and marketing
Okay.
for rehabilitation centers. So I worked in like just rehab centers, and then I worked in hospitals. So I did that pretty much right after college for years.
Okay. Yeah, I
Um,
think like part of being married to the game is, and something that I'm really passionate about doing is so many of these wives and women that you meet, like they are boss ladies. Like they either have worked for businesses, have started their own businesses, like are
yeah.
highly educated, and because of the life of their spouse, they often don't get to actually like participate in
Hmm.
those things, but they're like these brilliant people. They're not just the girls that are sitting in the stands that somehow like swoop up the guys and become their
No, for
manager.
sure. I think that's like a huge misconception of like
It is.
wives of like pro athletes. I mean, no matter what sport, like we have lives and we've
Yeah.
all like the majority of us have like gone to college and have these careers or have opened businesses like
Hmm.
and I don't think people really they don't get that.
They don't. They're like shocked.
No.
They're like, oh, what?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so
Yeah.
sorry, I interrupted, but you have been working in sales and marketing. It brought you to St. Pete. He was playing in Tampa.
Mm-hmm. He was playing for the Bucks and then he actually reached out to me on Facebook and
Okay.
and then we just started talking and yeah, met each other and we just been like inseparable ever since.
Were you guys like absolutely just jaws on the floor at your first date, being like, wait, you grew up where? And like you lived on what street? And putting all these like God connection seeds together? Or did you know a little bit that he grew up like down the street from you?
I had no clue, and which was crazy. Like I don't want to like sidebar it a little bit, but which is crazy is because I like my high school and college, I struggled a lot. Um, I went through relationships, not the best relationships, and I kind of lost myself along the way. So the reason why I wanted to move, I wanted to get away from Buffalo and I wanted to start a life and like I just like God, like I want to meet somebody. I want to get married. I was at that age where I wanted to settle down and find my partner and I was like I remember telling my mom like I'm never going to meet my husband here in Buffalo. I'm not.
Yeah, you just knew.
So I ended up moving away to Tampa, the Tampa area. And then I meet Steven, and he's from Buffalo. We literally lived right near each other. And it's just crazy. We laugh about it all the time because I'm like, I always said I was never going to marry someone
One
from
from
Buffalo. And I
Buffalo.
left and I ended up meeting you in a whole nother state. We grew up and like
Oh,
similar,
yeah.
so similar, have so many similar friends. Like, it's wild. It was
That's
just destiny. It was God. He
Yeah,
knew
it was just meant to be. He
for
just
sure.
kept providing opportunities until you guys like picked up on his plan. Okay,
Yep.
that's amazing. And then you dated
Mhm.
for how long before you got married?
We dated, oh, it was a couple years. I want to say we dated for 4 years and we
Okay.
were engaged for a year and then we got married and we've been married like 7 years now. Yeah.
Okay. 7 years. All right.
Hmm.
Um, Last question that's kind of encompassing of you and Steven, because then we're gonna turn more just towards you. But what was your first impression of the sports world that you guys were a part of? Like he was already playing in Tampa, right? So you're like, okay, I'm gonna go
Hmm.
date a football player. Like, was that appealing to you? Was that like a hindrance? Were you excited? Were like, yeah, what was your first impression of pro sports?
Well, if I'm being honest, I grew up around football, grew up like a Bills fan. That was like hometown, all the things. So I knew of football. I used to watch it with like my family and stuff.
Oh yeah, Bills Nation,
So
right? That's
Bills
like a big
Nation, yeah,
thing.
for sure. It's huge.
Uh,
But so when we started talking, I knew that he was playing football. And I want to say it kind of was like a hindrance. I think that's why we dated for so long because I was scared. You
mm,
know, um, you hear football players are just athletes in general, and you're
yeah.
like, oh, like they're cheaters or,
Ugh.
whatever it is. So I was just like afraid.
Hmm.
Um, and I was like so independent at the time, and I knew like right off the bat. specifically with him and like his lifestyle, that if we were going to be together, it was most likely going to be long distance.
Mm-hmm.
Or I'm going to have to like
I have to give up.
just follow him wherever he goes.
Yep.
And I was super afraid. So it was hard. I think, thankfully for Steven, he made stuff so comfortable and made me feel so safe that it was easy. And I think just having my relationship with God and just like
Sure.
being in prayer and just asking God for confirmation and just making sure that this was the right thing, I think that helped it, as time passed. But it was definitely scary for sure.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I agree. I can remember people being like, "Oh, why are you marrying a pro athlete, like a pro baseball player? He's definitely gonna cheat on you. Like, you don't even know how it is." And I'm like,
Yeah.
but again, some people ruin it for everyone, but not everyone is a cheater. Like,
Yep.
yeah.
For
Uh,
sure.
okay, next question. What is something that fans don't see or understand about the life behind the scenes?
Um, the sacrifice that the players go through and the families of the players and even friends.
Mm-hmm.
And a main one that I feel like we experienced like as a couple for me and Steven was isolation.
Ooh.
We were isolated a lot, and I think that was very difficult at times. Um, we were always in a new city.
Mm-hmm.
Steven was on the bubble. He was like one of the guys that were on the bubble. And I just want to explain that a little bit. It's just basically like he was fighting for his job every single year. He
Wow.
didn't have like the 3, 4 year long contracts. Like he was fighting for his job every single year. And he got drafted by the Bucks in 2013, but he was released that next year, the
Oh,
following year.
yeah.
So it was hard,
I stress all the time because you really have to like go above and beyond on the field to
Yeah.
keep your job. And yeah, and it's they come home and you're like, I mean, at least for me, I was supportive of Daniel on the baseball field, but when he came home, it was like it was just Daniel, right? Like so
Mhm.
then you have to support that person as if they have any other job, and
Yeah.
it's absolutely challenging
And
for
we all go through our struggles and, like we're real people, we're normal, we have normal lives. Like, so I think I don't think some fans like truly understand like how difficult it is. We're very blessed in so many ways and
Mhm.
very thankful and grateful for like opportunities. But at the same time, it's hard.
Yeah,
It's hard.
it is for sure.
Yeah.
Um, how did you stay grounded? And maybe this is both like a net thing and then like both Annette and Steven together, but how do you stay grounded and keep your marriage strong under pressure?
So for us, it's our faith, putting God first. We we completely like surrender like everything. I think we've just had to learn to. I've struggled with anxiety and fear in a lot of ways, but I think like you just have to like let go and just
Mhm.
know that God has us here for a reason and there's a purpose. But yeah, always putting God first and no matter where we go, getting in community and finding those people along the way that are going to help you. So like for us, like no matter what team we went to, there was always like a Bible study that I was involved with and just being around those other girls that we understand each other and then putting God first.
Mhm.
Oh my, it was so important. Like I honestly, I don't know how I did it. I would have done it without God because there was so many moments where I was alone and yeah, him as well. So yeah, putting God first for sure has always kept us grounded.
Yeah, and that's such good advice whether you're in the pro athletic world or not. Like
Yeah.
there's often times where people are getting moved for jobs or I mean think of people in the military. I always hear like, "Oh, it's like you're a military wife." And I'm like, "Yes, but no because my husband's life is not on the line fighting, for our country.
Right. Yeah.
He is in a very different, like his job is on the line every time he
Mm-hmm.
goes out, but his life is not on the line. And so
Right.
I can't relate to that component of military wives, but I 100% agree with you have to find, even if it's literally one person, like
Yeah.
find your one person, your one couple, your one family, and they become your family for the season.
Yeah.
It is, yeah, it's absolutely.
So important.
Hmm.
So important to find your people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Last question before we have sort of just rapid fire.
Hmm.
What have you learned about yourself through this journey?
That my identity is through Christ. If I'm
Amen,
being,
girlfriend. That's beautiful.
yeah, if I'm being brutally honest, I feel like I lost myself in a lot of ways, with football and football. Um, for the longest, I think honestly, I felt like my identity was in football and with my husband's career, and I lost myself in that. But just realizing over time that, like, no, I'm a child of God first, and my identity is through Him,
Hmm.
and that's where I find my worth. Um, has just been everything to me. Like I said, you can get lost in this world, and even like after retirement, like, I didn't realize like I was grieving football as well. And I put so much of my life, like my importance and everything was in football. Like that's all I knew. So I think like just realizing that, no, like I have a purpose outside of this life.
Hmm.
There is a next chapter, and that my identity is through Christ and through Christ alone.
Hmm.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
helped me so much.
Yeah. No, absolutely. I think that was so like just beautifully stated because man, that's a hard concept to grasp and swallow. And when you're in it,
Mhm.
like it's
You
so
don't realize
easy
it.
yeah, to get wrapped up in all of it.
Yeah,
I think most of us could say, "Oh, been there, done that." And then
yeah,
retirement, well, maybe not for everyone, but I would say the majority of pro athletes are never able to choose when they're stepping away from their career. So
hmm,
it's not like, okay, I'm ready emotionally, physically, spiritually. My wife is ready, so now I'm going to walk away from the game.
yeah,
It's you get let go and you just never get picked back up, or you have an injury like Steven that just takes you out. It takes you out of the bubble even.
hmm,
I
hmm,
would say so rarely is it your choice. And so all of a sudden you're left like where you feel like you're in a desert land of the unknown, where you're like, okay, everything that I
yeah,
did was so elevated and on a platform and celebrated by, millions of people. And ultimately, like, now I'm standing here on my own. Not on, I mean, obviously he had you, but like career
yeah,
wise, like, what do I do now? And
hmm,
it will teach you really quick about your priorities and where you're at right
yeah,
now and your trajectory. Like, where do I want to go? I don't have to
exactly.
have it all figured out today or tomorrow, but like 2 years, 3 years, 5 years down the road, like, who
Yeah.
do you want me to be? God.
Hmm. I think for me, I always like my favorite verse is Matthew 6:34. Like, for don't worry about tomorrow, for tomorrow has its own worries. Today's worries are enough for today.
Mm.
And just constantly, I would tell myself that every day, like, God, you have a plan. I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know what the future holds, but you have a purpose for us. Like I said, finding your identity through Christ,
Yeah.
leaning on that and knowing that He has you,
Yeah.
like, you'll be fine.
You'll be fine. Yeah.
So, for sure.
Okay.
Yep.
Rapid fire questions. So just
Let's do
like
this.
first thing that kind of comes
Okay.
comes to mind.
Okay.
Okay. What was your favorite team, favorite sports city?
Ooh, okay. Easy. Philadelphia and the Philadelphia Eagles.
Okay.
Yeah. Yep.
What's your favorite restaurant in that city?
Del Frisco's.
Oh, tell a steak.
Yep.
Steakhouse.
The best.
Okay. Del Frisco's, Philadelphia. What's one thing people would be surprised to know about Steven off the field?
Oh, that he is a huge teddy bear and he is the sweetest person.
He really
He
is.
loves children, he loves people. He's huge. He's 6'5", 270 pounds, but he is the sweetest person. The
Oh,
sweetest. Yeah.
what is your go-to date night rhythm?
Ooh, date night. We're simple. We love movies. We love good food, go out to eat. Our life, having kids, having small kids now is a little different. So we only get like 2 hours. So we usually will just run and get a movie. Sometimes we just grab ice cream. Like we're very, very simple people. Very simple.
Tell me about your scooter date.
Oh, we love scooter rides too. So we're in Florida.
I love this.
Yes, that is Steven's ideal day. If we could just ride scooters or like he has like every type of like motorbike, whatever it is, if he can do that, that's
Yes.
all he wants to do. So we love that. Well, like we have a mall near our house, so we're constantly like just going. There's restaurants there. We're just riding our scooters, just going around neighborhoods. Like we've been doing that since we were dating.
I
Like
love
that was
that.
our thing. Like we would just
Yeah.
like Tampa is beautiful. The weather's always great, especially, when it starts to get
Yes.
cooler.
Yes.
But love a good scooter ride.
I can
We
remember
talk
like
and just chill.
before I met you, I was talking to Jess, I think, about you. Like, I'm gonna go to breakfast with Annette. Like, she lives in this neighborhood, and I think we were on a walk. Jess, she'll do an interview later. You'll meet Jess, but um, and we were on a walk, and she's like, "That's Annette's husband right there," and I feel like he was on like a scooter, like a big
And
wheel or something, like
yes.
this big man, like
Hmm.
by himself, zipping around
He
the
loves
neighborhood.
scooters. He will ride a scooter before driving his car
I
any day.
love that. That just shows that you guys still have that childlike joy of the Lord, and that is
For
beautiful. So
sure.
don't lose that.
Yes, for sure.
Okay, I want your rose moment and your thorn moment in the NFL season of your life. What was like
Okay.
the highlight and what was the hardship?
Um, okay, so I'm gonna go with the hardships. The hardships were not the unknown.
Mm,
Um, and not knowing every year where we were gonna be. Like I said, Steven was on the bubble, so he was fighting for his job every training camp. Um, and we just didn't know where we were gonna live.
mm,
And just starting over pretty much every year. I mean, it's
yeah,
hard,
yeah.
So that was like the hardest part and always having to pack up. I remember one specific year he was with the Ravens. He was with Houston and Philly. So
Three?
three different cities.
My goodness.
And there was a lot of time, and that was the year where I was working. So it was a lot of time, a lot of sacrifice that year. We really didn't see each other
Yeah.
as much, but that was the hardship.
Mm,
Um, and I want to say the best parts of it where honestly, like just watching him live out his dream and just seeing him on the field at that level.
mm,
I just remember there was one specific moment when he made his first sack when we were in Philly.
mm.
And oh my gosh, like we talk about it all the time. It was such a beautiful moment and we both cried for days.
Oh, I
It
love
was so because he's been through so much. There's so much adversity that he's gone through, and for him to like have that moment and to just achieve that, and then I was the only one that was there,
oh,
was like
it's like an
the
intimate,
best.
I mean, intimate between you guys. Obviously, it's in the stadium, but like a special intimate.
Yeah, because I knew how much it meant to him, and just because it meant so much to him, it meant so much to me.
Ah,
And
yeah.
just seeing him there, oh my God, yeah, it was the best.
Oh,
Yeah.
I love your guys' love. You are truly one
Aw.
of my favorite couples. You guys are just
Aw.
sweet.
Thank you,
Okay,
my girl. It's the
last
best.
question before we
Yes.
say goodbye.
Okay.
What dreams are you carrying in your heart for this next season?
Ooh. My dreams, that's a good question because it's something that I honestly struggle with at times, finding my purpose. But I think ultimately I want to break out a little bit more into speaking to people about God and being a disciple of God, a disciple of Christ, and not being so afraid. I think I've like always grew up being like afraid, I guess, and to speak up and to share the gospel. I felt like I was not good enough or just, I don't know, just whatever it was. And I just feel like no matter where God has us, if it's me getting a job or us moving away or whatever it can be, like I just want to share the gospel and continue to show people his love through my heart.
Mhm.
And yeah, that's honestly like I tell Stephen all the time, like my dream is to just share Jesus
Mm,
and to live that life and for people to see that and that light in me.
yeah,
Um, yeah,
yeah. You're gonna
that's
do it. I know it.
yes,
I know it. All right. Well,
for
thank you
sure.
for your time and for being my
Thank you
grandparent.
for having me. The best.
We
I
will
love
talk.
you.
I love you. I'm gonna stop this recording. So bye.
Bye.